Salutations, Dufoes. This is your fabulous leader, the Queen of Shade, coming at you with another special presentation. I am truly enjoying supporting you guys the way you guys have supported me these many years. And having said that, I have someone that I would love for you guys to meet. You probably already know him because you've probably seen his photographs around social media, on his page and other people's pages that show him. And he's just a remarkable guy. And we're going to learn more about him right now. So without further ado, I would like to introduce you to Jonathan. But you guys know him as JTrue 22. Hi, Jonathan.
Hey, how
How
you
are
doing?
you?
How you doing? Good today, Queen of
I'm
Shade?
good.
I'm
I'm
How about
good.
you?
I'm good. I'm glad that we can make this
Good.
happen because you said you were
Of course.
training people in the gym.
Yeah. I got out the gym. I'm cool now though, so I'm back home and chilling before. So I had to make sure we were safe before we got online. Make sure I was, ready to go.
Yeah. So where's home? Like, where are you from?
I'm originally from Indiana, so a
Okay.
Midwest boy. My mother and father both are from down south. Mother from Kentucky, dad around Alabama. So that's why I don't have that New York, slang lingo all the way. You can't hear it. But yeah, so Midwest baby for sure.
Yeah, but you live now in New York.
Yep, live in New York now, staying in Harlem. And loving it here. New York's pretty solid. Like I said, the first couple of years I got here, I was a little nervous about it, but just fell in love with it. So it's just dope here. It's a dope spot.
Yeah, I brought you on here because you are an amazing model. You have an amazing,
Thank you so much.
model. You know how to take a photograph, and you have an amazing body. You do. You take very great care of yourself. So
Appreciate that.
yeah. So let's talk about your modeling. When you moved to New York, did you move to New York to model, or was that just kind of something that happened after you got there?
Yeah, basically, when I was in the Midwest, like the city that I'm from is in Indiana. It's a small city, close to Indianapolis, where most people know, which is the capital. But it's just a small city, and everybody knows everybody's business, and it's just a black hole. People don't really support other people who are doing better than them or trying to do bigger things because they can't do something. Which that's a lot of places, but I mean, back home was just so small. Like I had to get up out the environment. So before I came to New York, I actually moved to Houston for 2 years first. But Houston was more just the music thing. So I had to come somewhere where I could do it all. So I moved to New York with a friend that I'm cool with here. Stayed in the Bronx for a little while before I came to Jersey and then came here. But yeah, so I came here basically for modeling and music together as a whole, because I know New York has a package for everything.
Yeah.
So yeah, definitely. I've been doing it for like almost the modeling, probably like 6 years. Music, like right around 5, somewhere around there too. So
oh, you said my magic word. Like, no, I have a
music.
fashion background. I have a fashion background. I got to go to Paris and model for 6 months, and which was really like 3, but that's okay.
Yeah.
I did it. But music. So tell me, I've never heard any of your music. Why have I not heard any of your music?
I've been slacking. I honestly post like some freestyles and different things here and there on Instagram, but it's so hard with the algorithm to try to get your followers. So I just don't post a lot of my music. I started a music page, but then it was just like it's too much trying to manage both at the same time. So I'm going to get someone to finally start doing it once this new album drops I have coming. It's called Time Frame. And basically just gives a storyline about me growing through some things and like growing up, moving to New York and becoming a better man for myself and anybody that's around me. Being a bigger person. But for the most part, yeah, I've been doing music for a while, and I love it. I rap music. I'm not the type of rapper that's just like mumble rapping and just hibbity hibbity hibbity. You know how that goes. So there's some content and there's some lyrics in it. I'm a lyricist. I'm very lyrical, and I do like to make people say, "Oh, wait a minute, go back, rewind that." Like, "Oh, that's dope. Hold on, wait a minute. Let me post that as what I'm saying." So I put time into the pen and pad for sure.
So you rap.
Yeah. And I can get you the links too. I'll send you the link.
Yeah, you send me all the links so I can put it all in the description section. No, but that's what we came here to talk about. We came here to talk about this is your moment with the Queen of Shade, so I can plug you. No, so like, oh my God. So it's rapping. So you rap. Oh my God. No, now mind you. When I'm 39, so I grew up listening to like, I was an 80s baby. I grew up listening to like my grandmother always had Tina Turner, Taylor Dane, Gladys Knight, Donna Summer. Never played Madonna, but I heard Madonna too. But just like different people, Phyllis Hyman, like just these different people. So I never really took to rap. But I find that as I have gotten older,
Hmm.
I will say that I have been privileged because of what I
Yeah.
do to
Hmm.
meet some really talented MCs, and
Yep.
just I'm blown away by it because it's
Yep.
not all like I thought it was in the early 90s. You would get
Yeah.
somebody and they would have a dope hook, but then the video was full of just girls dancing,
Yeah.
you know,
You know how it
but
goes.
yeah, but nothing, we going this is how they made a hit. The
Yeah. Yeah.
industry said, listen, we don't care what he say.
Yeah.
We're just gonna throw this up in here, throw some butt naked
You
girls up
got
in
the
here,
look. Yep.
and we're gonna make a hit. But I
Yep.
love the fact that I'm hearing that you have substance. So,
Yeah, for
okay,
sure.
so I want to talk about the album. You said it's called Time what?
Time frame.
Time Frame. How did
Hmm.
you come up with the title?
Well, basically, I did a CD before called True's Anatomy, and then the next one was True Sense. Basically, JTrue's my name, so obviously I was
Right.
keeping it kind of like with that. And my email and stuff like that is True Sense. I've used that for a while and stuff like that
Mhm.
because it makes sense. But this one, I was like, I just want to change something up without using the word true in it for the third album. That's actually gonna be dope. And I just kind of came up with it like I've been going through stuff for a while now, like not necessarily all bad. So not just everybody has their own problems and
Life
stuff.
experience, yeah.
So yeah, life experiences. So I was like, let me think of something that kind of pops, and it was just like time frame. Like, wait a minute, I've been in a time frame of like this time to that time. It's always this time to that time to get to this goal or that goal. So it's like let's just use that. So then I use that. Then I start coming up with the names for the songs and stuff like that. So it kind of followed along, and it kind of popped to me. So I kept it. And it's almost done. I have like 5 more songs to get mastered, and then it'd be ready to drop. So yeah, the time frame it just basically comes from me
Wow.
just saying like you go through stuff from time to time, and it just makes sense. You know what I mean? And you'll hear it in the music too.
Wow. No, I'm
Yeah,
excited because now I didn't even know you were dropping an album, but now this is an
yeah,
exclusive because I'm like, I get to tell
yeah.
everybody you dropping an
And you get to have
album.
it
Like,
first. Yeah,
yeah, I got it first. I feel so honored.
yeah,
No, because I do. I love music. Music is like
yeah.
music is universal, first of all. It
Yes,
transcends
yes.
language, it transcends country, it transcends time, it transcends so much.
Culture, everything. Yes.
Yes. So we all like, music, like I love it because, I do music. I do a little bit of music,
Oh yeah. Okay. Okay. Check it out then. Okay.
just a little. You're gonna get your life. That's a gay term. You're gonna get your life when you hear my voice. But I write a lot. Like I
Yeah.
write a lot and I
Yep.
want stuff to mean something. So
Exactly.
I just love when I hear, time frames, because the reason
Hmm.
why is because, living in New York, I never lived in New York, but I would travel there a
Yeah.
lot for like go sees and to,
Sure.
see agents and different events and things like that.
Hmm.
That like, would you say, because I've heard this from other guys that lived in New York, they
Okay.
were doing the music thing, they were doing the modeling thing, and then they would do
Hmm.
the personal training thing. So I'm used to that. Like I'm used to those three things.
Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
used
Yeah.
to those three things in New York from my Black
Yeah.
brothers. So,
Yep.
but they would always say, New York is the belly of the beast. Like, do you feel,
Yeah.
okay, he rolled his eyes. So, okay.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like anywhere you go, if you knew it's gonna be a struggle to get on your feet and figure things out.
Right.
When you come somewhere and you obviously get your bearings or whatever, and you figure out things, you get moving or whatever. I think every day is still a struggle, no matter how good you're doing, because a person who really understands the true hustle of trying to be better and get to a certain goal or this money or that, whatever you're trying to do with your life, it becomes a struggle every day because it's like you want to be better the next day than you was the day before. So
Right.
like for me, like even if I didn't get something, like I didn't meet a goal for that week, I'm putting that off a little bit to make sure I finish that before I go to the next thing.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm keeping in my mind, like, put some urgency to it. You know what I'm saying? So basically with me, it's just like I think New York is tough, which it is, which everybody who lives here knows that, like, prices for apartments, everything costs crazy.
Yeah.
So everything with that costs so much money, it does take away from me getting music done faster, sending some things to these magazines or this, that, and the other. So that's why from now on, like I have a homeboy, he's on Instagram too. But he basically would just tell me like, just don't work for free anymore. Like, if you know your worth, like somebody wants you to model for them or do something for them, like make sure they paying you. Cause like doing stuff for free is cool for so long, but if you can't really reimburse yourself and put stuff back into your own, then how you gonna get better? How you gonna get your shit done? Excuse me, I'm gonna get your stuff done, So
You can
I've
say
always been the
shit.
type of dude to do that.
You
Yeah.
can say
Okay.
shit. It's
Oh,
or
we
you a
free.
rapper. You can say
We
shit.
real out here. Okay, cool,
Yeah.
cool. Okay. So yeah, okay. So yeah. And with the music thing, like basically with that too, is like I've always used to write poetry and stuff in like college and stuff. So like the poetry, and then I love music because my family comes from a music background.
Yeah.
My uncles play guitar and drums and have their own band. So I mean, I've been around music my whole life. I used to sing in the church
Wow.
choir, all that stuff. So
Mhm.
used to be a real good choir boy. But
Hey,
yeah, so
me
yeah,
too. Look at what
yeah,
happened.
yeah. And look what happens. Yep. So once you get out there and figure out everything, that just puts a bonus to what you do with music
Yeah.
anyway, because it just helps your background with it, So,
Yeah.
but yeah, I think it's tough here, but you can make it work if you know how to hustle and you really trying to put the effort in to do it. It's cool. You can make it work anywhere, I think.
But you know what? So too, you know what's so true too though?
Yeah.
You gotta have the look for New York. And you do,
Yes.
like even like your
I
like
thank you. Yeah, appreciate it.
yeah, you take amazing photos. Like you know how to take amazing photos. But I'm curious, do you when you got there, since you've been doing the modeling for like you said 6 years,
Yeah.
do you do any like runway shows around Fashion Week or anything?
Now, see, that's the thing with the modeling that made me slow down with it is because me being a personal trainer too, I have to look like something,
Yeah,
which I can be a slim, skinny guy with cut abs, blah, blah, blah.
yeah,
But I want to be bigger. I don't want to be this little skinny guy. Like I went
right.
to an agency, two when I got here. I'm not gonna say names, that's disrespectful, but I mean, went to two agencies. I ended up working for one of them, signed with them and everything. They just wasn't doing any extra work for me to get me to like go to audition and stuff. So it
Right.
wasn't like I wasn't doing my job or I wasn't doing my acting, whatever, yada yada. I did classes for that, so I'm whatever. And you see on my page, I have lots of personality. So yeah,
Yes.
but it's just like if you're not going to help me get to these jobs, these auditions, give me these opportunities, then why am I even signed to you? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? So I kind of was like, cool. After the year, I discarded and was like, I don't want to resign, whatever. But yeah, being a bigger person, like it's hard for me to do runway because I can't fit anything. And then having bigger legs and glutes, obviously, everybody sees my page, they know that, whatever. It's hard to fit in the clothes. So like, if I can't fit that stuff, then it's just like, why do we have you here? You know what I mean? I've had people ask me before about doing shows, and I've done some urban stuff because most of their stuff is more bigger. You know how that works,
Yeah.
being a model. But yeah, like being for like with like bigger people, like I can't because of the size. When I was with the agency though, they did ask me if I was willing to go down to like 205, 210, just to be really, really slim. But for me being 6'3" at that weight is super skinny. I was like, I'm not about to look anorexic to be,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So you got fitness stuff out there playing a lot of fitness gigs, Nike, Puma, all this stuff, you know what I'm saying? So if you really wanted me to get these jobs or these opportunities, commercials that I'm seeing, I could have did some of those, like, you know what I'm saying? So I kind of gave up on that a little bit because of that factor. But as I said, with tattoos and stuff too, it kind of was tough for a while before it started becoming more of a thing now, because now the white boys got it, the
Right.
Europeans got it. So now it's like we got to deal with it. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, so basically that was that. But I mean, I'm still doing it. Like I said, if jobs come along and they want me to do it, they want to pay, I'm with it. Like, you know what I'm saying? I get in shape, do it, whatever. I do love doing it. I do love taking pictures. Obviously, you see
Yes.
that.
You take
But yeah,
amazing
so
photos.
and I appreciate it. So yeah, it's just a a process basically.
You know what I like?
Hmm.
It's the same reason I left Paris. I
Yeah.
like that you have an idea of who you are and
Yes.
what you want to be.
Hmm.
That's what I don't hear from enough models today.
Yeah.
I don't hear that from enough musicians today.
Yep.
I'm an independent artist and I will always
Yeah.
be an independent artist. I had the
Yeah. Yeah.
opportunity to sign major label, major
Yep.
modeling agency. And I
They
listen
just break you anyway.
yeah, but I'm like, as a Black man, I didn't want to
Mhm.
be owned by anybody.
Yep.
That, that was the reason I backed away
Yep.
from everything. I'm like, listen,
Yep.
and they're like, you're making a mistake. You're making a mistake. You have the
Yeah.
perfect face. You're the perfect size. And I'm like,
Yep.
listen, if I'm the perfect size and the perfect shape and weight,
Why
then
you trying to
I could
change me?
show up. But yeah, why are you trying to change me? And B, why can't I show up and get the job? Because you're the person that links me to the job. If I find out where the
Yep.
job is and go see the
Exactly.
client and get the job anyway,
Then you be mad. Now you want to cut
and
though.
that's how it happened a lot for me too. I would
Yep.
always go to the client. But
Yeah.
I'm glad that you didn't do what they wanted you to do, because
Yeah.
like with your size makes you're a man. You understand what I'm saying? Like you
That's
look
exactly
like a
why.
man.
Yep.
Fashion has this thing of making us look like boys.
Yep.
But I interviewed a famous international model the other day. His name was
Hmm.
Dionisio Heiderscheid.
Yeah.
And
Okay.
he was saying like, oh, there's a ton of work for male
Yeah.
models now. It wasn't always like that. And with
Yeah.
social media, there is. And I
Yeah.
was thinking about that, but I also know that Dionisio stays a certain size. But he also said he's fit. He's, what was it, 47? He's 47. I
Yeah.
almost said 57. He's gonna
Yeah.
kill me. He's gonna kill me. 47.
Yeah.
But he stays in really good shape. But he told me he doesn't
Yeah.
really, he said that when he was younger, it was really hard for him to gain weight. And he said that now that he's older, it's easier because his metabolism is slower. And he said he's booking more jobs because he's able to have more weight on him.
The world is changing. A lot of
The
things are changing.
world
I'm
really
telling you,
is
the size,
changing.
because you think like you have these little boy looks, and not to hate on anyone, get your money, do your
Right.
job. You've never been a hater, no reason to hate. But
Right.
like these little guys that are slim, and you know, these women really don't really like the slim guys like that.
Mm.
And not even saying that's everybody, because women have the different choices, big guys, small, whatever. But when you look at him, it's like, how old is this person? He's 40 years old. He looks like he's 21 because he's slim and skinny as heck. He looks anorexic, like he don't eat.
Yeah.
I'm not going through that. I don't want to do that. It's unhealthy, first of all.
Yeah,
Second of
it's
all,
not.
if I'm not competing for a show or something, I'm not about to do steroids, none of that extra stuff either.
Yeah.
So like, I'm just like, look, if you can't put me in some clothes and make them look nice and do this thing, this, that, and the other, or put me in commercials, then there's no need for me to be with you. You're not doing anything for me. And if I'm signed with you, I'm in a contract, which means if something better comes, I can't do anything about it. So I'm like, just let me freelance. You know what I'm saying? Don't be a slave to nothing. But
Right.
yeah, so like when I do take my pictures and stuff that you guys see on Instagram, it's like the photographers that I work with in Florida, shout out to George and Abel, like they always know like what to help me like put on to where to make bring out my touch, my tones, you know what I'm saying? So
Yes.
it's not really necessarily about size, it's about like what kind of clothes are you trying to put me in? What are you trying to have? What kind of look are you trying to give to the people? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I can do swimwear anytime,
Yeah.
but you get tired of doing that so long. It's just like, well, where's the fashion? Like I know how to dress. When I dress my own clothes and I go out, people are like, well, you look nice. I never see you dressed up like. So I know style, fashion, stuff like that. But it's like, if you're gonna put me at 210, 205, super skinny just to be on a runway for 1 week and then go back home, I got to put all sides back on. What's the point? I'm
You
cool.
know,
I miss my opportunities, but it ain't for me then.
but you know what's so funny? You're going
Mhm.
to, I know how it's going to happen for you. It's going to happen through your
Mhm.
music. It's going to happen through your music.
Yep.
And then they're going to ask you to model. And then they're going to fit
Always.
they're going to fit the clothing to you. And
Yep.
that's one thing I never understood too, because everything that a model wears is tailored to them before the show.
Yep.
If you, and this is another thing, and I'm going there.
Yeah.
Black men are naturally more virile and athletic. If you wanted us really in your show,
You'll figure it out.
you would accommodate us.
Yep.
You know, that's why I'm bringing him up again. That's why I love Corey
Mhm.
Woods, because Corey is like, bring your muscles, bring your muscles.
And you
Bring
see how
them.
the shows be popping.
Yes, his shows are so amazing. These are his. These are his.
I know.
Yeah, he's like, I love him.
It.
Yeah, Corey, like that's what I love about
Yeah.
him. And you know what's so crazy? Because I came across you because on social media, I've built a name for myself. But back in like 03, like 03, 04, on MySpace, I have always compiled Black and Latin men and been showing them off to the world. And now, like, I've had guys get flown out to California. I've had them get jobs. And, you know, my attitude is, you know, and in Paris, I went there and they're telling me, oh, well, Blacks don't wear our clothes and Blacks can't afford our clothes. And I'm just like, but what I love is that you said, times are changing. Times are changing because now they're seeing more of an influx of Black people whom, first of all, have their own businesses. And like nice things. So now you have to accommodate and make your clothes based on what the market demands. And I love what you said about, you know, women and this, that, and the other, because it matters, because when a woman looks in a magazine, she's not going to buy, she's not going to purchase an outfit or anything.
Looks like a kid.
Yes. She like now the public is coming to a point where they want to see life reflected. Like it's great to be, it's great to be y'all. But you know, what's so funny? Even me at 37, people ask me still, are you a model? Are you and I'm like, no, I'm an independent entrepreneur. And they're like, oh, well, you know, you could model this, and the other. I'm like, well, if they fit the clothes to me, I'll wear them. You know, because even for this, I had to slim down. I used to be crazy. Like I'm gonna have to tell you. Hold on, I got you. My vanity pictures. Hold on, my vanity pictures.
I used to watch like the runway when I was in Terre Haute, like in Indiana, where I'm from. I used to watch a lot of runway stuff like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, like Salvatore Ferragamo, like Frankie, like Murano, like all that stuff, and just like loved it. That's what made me want to model for real. And then I was just looking like they don't have any Black people,
exactly,
and then there's no tattoos, and then they finally
I worked hard to get that big.
There it is.
I worked hard to get that big. And it was like, and the thing is, when I did this, I had to slim completely down. These are women's
Yeah.
clothing. But like what
Yeah.
I realize is that I now know at 39 that,
Yeah.
okay, I'm going to like, because I've been working out at my house, which allowed me to lose a lot of
Yeah.
COVID weight. So
Yep.
I've been doing that, but because I just don't have the heart to go into a gym yet. But
Yeah.
when I'm in a position where I can have a gym in my house, I'm going ham. And whatever I'm supposed to wear, they
Yep.
will tailor to me. And so yeah,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. But you see,
Yeah.
you're
Yeah.
able to do that when you rise and you've got your own
Yep.
voice out here
Because
in
then
the
they're gonna want
world.
to work with you. Yep.
Then
Yep.
you can reject things. No, I don't want to wear that. No,
Exactly. Exactly.
yeah, I don't want to take and put my brand to that and this and that. So yeah, I
That's what
definitely
I do.
understand what you're saying, because I used to get so mad because I had these guys that I
Hmm.
took and I helped back in like 07, 08, and I would like be saying things to them about modeling.
Yeah.
I remember the days of them getting and booking Michael Kors. Like I
Yep.
had a friend who was a football player, like he was huge, they all were,
Yeah.
and slimming down to a 30 waist, to a 30 waist.
You can
And
do it,
I'm
but then you
like,
got to put it right back on.
yeah, and they were hungry. I
I'm already.
remember
I'm.
they be telling me like, "Bitch, I'm hungry. I'm hungry."
I'm
And
already
like
knowing.
even me, because Black men, we naturally have athletic bodies. Like, oh God, I would be hungry. I was in Paris dying, child. I ate a
Yeah.
baguette a day. I
You
was,
know. You notice it like the high fashion stuff. Like I
yeah,
noticed too, like with the high fashion, like runway stuff. Only black folk that I see on there is usually like Africans,
yeah,
and they're really, really dark. So it's like
yeah,
I feel like they're just putting them on there to have a token black or Spanish people on
yeah.
there to have it in their group. Because I don't feel like half them
It
designers
doesn't
don't make that
represent
stuff. It
us.
don't make
Like
it
it's
don't
not,
make for us.
yeah,
Yeah,
it
yeah, you
doesn't
can tell.
reflect our
And
culture.
no disrespect to nobody, but you know what I'm saying. But like it's just like I'm watching these shows and I'm like, all I see is 2, 3 different Africans, which is
Yeah,
cool. That's our people too. So do your thing. But it's like then you got like American black guys, like you don't see them in hardly no top runway
nothing.
shows unless they're skinny, super skinny and slim. And if they're not, it's like, where are these guys at? Fitness
Yeah,
commercials,
yep,
other commercials that just even like freaking like bank commercials. You see
yep,
like these fit guys with a nice sweater on. This it's fit. What fit is the thing? Like you know what I'm saying?
yep.
So then, like I said, it's coming around. That's good. So that's another thing. Like you said, but with the women, like it's
Listen,
another thing too. Like you want this lifestyle. I
yeah,
don't see these regular people. If I'm a big woman, for instance, I'm not going to go wear something I just see people wearing on Instagram if I don't see other big women in it because I know it
right,
ain't for me. You know what
right.
I mean? Like I'm not about to do
Right.
that.
But you know what? That's what's happening, because now that's why so many of these influencers are getting deals and endorsement deals, because
Yeah.
it's like we're like now we're reflecting the times. And I'm
Yeah.
like, my thing is, even with what I do, I have plans. Like I was going to open up an agency before
Hmm.
COVID hit, and
Yeah.
then COVID hit and I had to close my doors immediately. But I'm
Yeah.
going to redo it. Like I still have the trademark and all the schematics and all the plans,
Good.
but like my agency will not be like, my thing is I'm the type of person where I know how talented I am. I know what I do.
Yeah.
I know what I'm capable of. And I know
Yeah.
that I can take that around the world. So if I
Hmm.
have to take and go myself and put on my own show and
Yeah.
put my Black men in suits that actually fit them, then I'm
Yep.
going to do that. Because my thing is, I like, long gone are the days of, like you said, like that the look that they go for is called toy boy,
Hmm.
not boy toy, toy
Yeah.
boy.
Yeah.
Yeah, I had a
Yeah.
photographer teach me. I actually just lost the
Yeah.
photographer, a friend of mine. You might know him too.
I'm sorry about that.
Joseph Blue. Have you
I
ever?
have heard of him before. I never
Yeah,
worked with
he
him, but I heard
just,
of him before. Yeah.
yeah, he passed on
I'm sorry
Saturday.
to hear that.
Yeah, so like, he launched my career, and it was him like that
Yeah.
said to me, like he took pictures of me. I was skinny and starving and hungry. And then he said, yeah. And he said to me, he was like, go hit a gym, go get muscle, go do it.
Hmm.
And then when I did it, people were like, and that was the crazy thing. The agencies didn't come for me. The TV did. TV and things like that. Like, oh, you could be on this and you could be on that, and you're super athletic, and we like that. You're still small, because I'm still
Yep.
5'11", so it was like, you're still small, but you got muscle on you, and that looks good. You could do this, you could do that, you could do
Yep.
this. But at that time, I also was still kind of like, I don't know, because I'm
Yeah.
not signing no
Yep.
contracts to take in, and that's another
Yep.
thing that a lot of models are talking about these days, because I just helped
Fine print
another
and
model.
contracts.
Yeah, like I just helped a
Hmm.
model out of his contract. He was on yesterday.
Mhm.
He was on yesterday, and they signed him to a contract, and basically he couldn't even wipe his own ass. And I'm like,
Jeez.
and then they weren't calling him. And our counterparts, Caucasians, they go to 40 hours a week of casting, casting,
That's what
casting,
I'm saying. Like you, that's
casting.
what means you racist or you don't care about us enough to give us the job. That's why
Yeah,
when I figured out like the first 6 weeks or 6 months, I was like, yeah, something's up. So I called like,
yeah,
hey, I was calling just checking, but like I finally was about to go do a shoot for the people.
yeah,
Like the first 2 months when I started, I'm gonna take it
yeah,
back a little for like I was 2 months in. The owner guy that was that ran all the
yeah,
like the section where I was going for the guys,
yeah,
fitness section, told me go get these certain pictures. We want this type of look, this type of look, showed us exactly what it was.
yep,
Me and my two photographers in Miami did exactly what he wanted. Plain Macy's, JC Penney, no
yeah,
graphics, no nothing.
yeah,
And I'll in the picture on Instagram, I can even resend to you, but like
yeah,
clean, like magazine, even like catalog, simple stuff, smile, no smile, simple look off. You know how to work.
right,
And it's like we give you these photos when I came back. And you're like, okay, we can use these. And next thing you know, it's like, oh, some of these we can't use, some of these there. Yeah. I'm like, dude, before we left, we asked you. And when I was down there, we FaceTime and talked to God to let him know, like, hey, this is what you want, cool, whatever. They talked to him, it was cool. We gave him, and the photographers, they talked to him directly, so they know exactly what he wants. They actually knew him, which
mm-hmm,
is dope. And then they don't even use the pictures on the website. I'm like, you're not going to even put them on the website. Then how am I supposed to get jobs? People don't even know who you have in your arsenal. Like, that's like saying, I got a 40 cal, I got a bazooka, and I got a freaking a 9mm, but all you see me with is this little 22 because I don't show the other stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? You got people that's dope that can model for you and go do commercials, do stuff, got a good personality, can make stuff happen, and you're not getting opportunities because of their color or their tattoos or their skin. If that was the case, why you offered assignment to begin with then? Just be straight up with me because I don't want to sit here under somebody's contract, like you said, and then you can't do nothing. And now it's like, well, now I'm missing out on opportunities because I got to come question and ask you guys, can I do it first? I got to ask permission. I
yeah,
ain't trying to be on that. And
yep,
like I said, with that too being said, it's like I came back and the both times I went to go shoot specifically for them. One time the lady called me. Well, I called her. I called the office that early that weekend. Like, I'm about to leave this weekend. I'm going to do a shoot for Mike. Yada 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 yada. I'll be gone Saturday, Sunday. I'll be back Monday. Why
call
would I
you
leave?
Saturday for a gig.
Why when I left Saturday morning, she called and said, "Oh, we got a gig for you to go do a Puma commercial for football gear." Now that's all. That's all. My whole lane.
But
That's
she
me.
heard you say,
That's me. And I'm like, well, I'm out of town. I emailed her back, like, I'm out of town. So I ended up calling the office. I was pissed before I did my shoot. I called, like, I'm out of town. I just told you guys at this beginning of the week, like, why would you give me a job when I just left? I could have stayed there and did that and then left afterwards to the shoot. These photographers are cool. I could have worked that around with them. You know what I'm saying? Oh, we're sorry. I didn't remember. Like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. Like, it just came up. Like, no, you knew it
no,
was coming.
they
It
knew
was
it was
there because you had
coming.
it a few days ago. Like, come on. You
Yeah.
could have told me that Thursday and I would say, I'm canceling my trip. I'm trying to go get a commercial. That's business. You
Well,
know what I'm saying?
by law they have to have a certain amount of black men and women on their
I
board.
don't know how it goes. Like it's just
Mm,
got because we don't want to be racist. So you got to have this many black, this many Spanish, this many
mhm,
Europeans, this many Asians. I
mm.
get it, and that's it. To me, like Queen Shay, look, I'm telling you like this. Look, like I'm so tired of racist stuff. Like I mean, you think it's all gone, but it's like it still plays a role, and
Yep,
you know how it goes, and you've
yep,
been through it. So I
yep.
mean, like I said, and like you see, my thing I tell people too, some of my people that I'm cool with, like if they want to mom, I'm like, look, people ain't really reading shit no more. It's all about digital internet and social media. So if you
Yep.
ain't really open to be doing stuff on the spot or around people, then you need to just give that up. Secondly,
Yeah.
ain't nobody trying to pick up no magazine and read no more. So why you trying to worry about getting the magazine as much as trying to be on TV where they love that shit? Everybody watch TV, watch internet, watch social media. You get a job, say I get a job on a Tyler Perry show, career taking off. Who
Yep.
just fit fine black dude on your show? Like
Yep.
you getting a magazine, it's like, well, I don't even check that. I don't even watch that magazine anyway. Like it's on Netflix, you got a TV show or even a commercial, it's like that replays, you get residuals, replays
Yep.
they're gonna see you consistently, like, oh, who is this guy? Oh, we got who is that? Let's call. Oh, what's the info? You get in the magazine, it's like, okay, cool. He's there. Oh, he's dope. Who's that? That dude's pretty dope. His Instagram. Okay, cool. But how many people really look at fitness magazine? How
Right.
many business people that can give you an opportunity to make some real money worry
Right.
about fitness magazines?
None.
You know what I'm saying? They got personal trainers that come training. They doing lawyer, doctor stuff. Like they ain't worry about this small magazine. They ain't reading. They listen to podcasts. You know what I'm saying? They listen to watching TV or reading a book for their job. They ain't finna go check no magazine now. So I kind of had to get off that pitch of trying to be worried about getting all the magazines. I wanted to put in my resume because it looks good, but it's like if it ain't really no big one, then what's the point? Like it's cool, it's nice to have, but like it ain't like here's a Vogue magazine. Everybody looks at Vogue. Like, you know
Right.
what I'm saying? Designers look at that, fashion people, like business people. it's a magazine
They're not
for
trying
where
to
now
get who's
everybody
trying
knows.
to, they're not
You
trying
know
to
what
get
I'm
who's back
saying?
there. Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so yeah, but like I get what you're saying 200%. Like the COVID shit made a difference too. And like I said, that made some jobs and stuff go down. But
I'm
I
gonna do
mean,
it again. Like
it is what it
I'm
is.
gonna open it. I'm gonna open it again. And my thing is,
Mm-hmm.
I've
Yeah,
had
don't
some new
give up on that.
yeah, I've had some new developments in my career. I haven't said anything, but
Congratulations.
but my thing is
Hmm.
I've always been planning to leave the country. Like that was
Yeah,
always my thing.
I'm gonna turn this
But
light on, okay?
I'm just
Hmm.
gonna tell you that
Yeah, sorry.
don't lose no weight. You don't have to lose no weight.
No, I'm not.
Don't lose
Hey,
no
look,
weight.
Queen. I'm
No.
not. I'm not even on it. I'm good. I'm not
Mm-mm.
trying to lose no weight.
No, don't
Keeping
lose
all of it
no
on.
weight.
Now I can
Because
see
my
if I
thing
was like
is,
steroids, veinied out, popping out, then okay, say now you're body, but you can't fit in that. Okay, cool. But I got clothes I can fit. I know, and I can do stretch, and I can also do tailor made. Period. Because my tailor made suits look fire on me, so I already know. Like, come on, man. You
but
just
my
don't want
thing
to do
is
it.
this. My thing is this though. They losing money because who gonna dress all these muscular black men? Who gonna dress them?
That's why these urban shows are doing better now because they going to go work with the people who work
Yeah.
with them.
Yeah, because it's
Hence
like,
Corey
okay.
Woods.
Yeah, Corey Wood. Corey gonna get all the
and you
money.
think, and you know his line is glasses. But what do?
Yep.
He help other people that design, let them design their clothes, tailor their clothes around these fit guys. And
Yeah.
I was at some of the shows like when I do his shows, like they love them. Oh, he's a fit guy. Let me work with a fit guy. I never worked with a fit guy, like because they're so used to working with skinny slim guys. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
so it's
That's
good.
not
Like,
where
he's
it
supposed to
is.
go on all the time.
That's not where it is. And listen,
Mm-hmm.
I was thinking about that the other day, and I was just like, I was so glad that I didn't compromise because even with my page, people are like, well, you need to put more model-esque people. I said, no. I'm putting Black and Latin men. This is what I'm
That's
putting.
your stuff.
Yeah, this is me. And now I get people, even Corey will call me and be like, all them guys, send them to me. Send them to me. I just introduced him to a guy yesterday because I'm like, listen, you need to meet him. Like that, because like I love the fact that there are some that look past that. But my thing is, who's going to dress all these athletic men, all of these men that are doing their thing? Like y'all need suits too. Y'all need suits. Y'all need cardigans. Y'all need swimwear, leisure wear. Shoot, like the market is wide open. And then what happens is, then what they do is they say, well, you need a lot of money to start a label. You need a lot of money. You're not going to get that. But then my thing is, well, what happens when you go become a superstar and you're known and your music is streaming in 56 countries?
Yeah.
And then people are looking at you, and now you have this star. So whoever you put up there, now whoever you showcase, now they got the star. Now the spotlight is on them. That's the whole reason I started, because I did not like the problem. Like there was a problem. Like I had a buddy back in 2007. His friends were he was signed to New York Model Management. Yep, I said the name.
I know which one it is.
Yeah, he was signed to New York Model Management. And what happened was his friends were doing like a documentary or something, and he walked past the screen and they sued him. His own agency sued him for $80,000.
For being in the film by walking across the screen.
He wasn't even in it. He walked by filming, and they caught the silhouette of his head, and they sued him for $80,000.
We didn't went to court for that. Now I'm saying I was walking down the street. How you gonna sue me for that? That's bullshit.
They said, well, it was your friend. It was your friend. And according to your contract, according to your contract, it reads like this, and they sued him for $80,000. But what I loved about him was he had master's, bachelor's, and PhD. So he was like, all right, I'll get the money. No problem. Fine. And and that was the thing. They all were into they were all the big guys, they were all into kinesiology. It was all about the body. They played football, they did all of that stuff. And now he's in Hollywood. Now he's in Hollywood working. Just had a baby, living his life, and doing what he wanted to do. And that's where I came in, because I got so upset because I would meet guys such as yourself, big, beautiful guys. And I'm like, why aren't you in Germany? Why aren't you? And they would be like, oh, the agency never said that I could go. And I'm looking like, did you not like, because I did when I was younger, I used to watch fashion TV. So all the runway shows was coming out. Yeah, fashion one. So I'm seeing all the guys come down, and what was they wearing? They wasn't wearing suits, swimwear. I remember that was the first time I saw Boris Kodjoe.
On
fashion TV, coming down a German runway in swimwear. He wasn't no little stick figure. He wasn't a stick
Mhm.
figure. And that's the thing. And now look at his career. But you know, they don't want that to happen too much.
Exactly.
They don't want it to happen too much.
You know, if it ain't pertaining to them and you taking somebody on
Yeah.
their team's spotlight, they ain't trying to go for that.
Yeah.
That's
But
just like the whole thing with the white girls and
mhm,
like remember a few years ago, I'll say probably like maybe like 7, 8 years ago to up till now, but like remember how it was just like, oh, nobody cares about thickness. It's too that's fat when you got a big booty
mhm,
and all this, and that's just black girls
mhm,
are fat. Like
mhm.
then all of a sudden white girls start thinking up getting booties. Everybody want booty
Uh,
now. Now it's like, oh, it's a,
uh-huh.
such a thing. It's such a fit thing. They're so booty. They're fitness athletes. Like, okay, now we've been doing this for years and centuries,
Right,
bro. Like, come on now. Like now
right,
y'all all of a sudden making a thing because the white girls like it and
right,
then white men like it. So now you're like, oh, well, we got to get us one now. Let me pretend like let me act like these niggas doing something right. Like, come on,
right,
man. Like it's they always
right,
trying to steal our swag. That's why I don't be
right,
tripping. Like even when y'all got these top designers, these that and that, y'all still be trying to steal our swag, how to wear it, when to
right,
wear it, what to
right.
put with it. Like, come on, bro. Like,
And get
so I just
this,
be
and
laughing.
get this. They say this to the aspiring black model, but then when it's a celebrity like Nicki Minaj, they drape and tailor all their couture to fit her
Quick, quick.
curves.
Because they
They
know she
keep
about it. She
her
making
and
money.
they keep her and J-Lo. Let's do
You know it. That's
and
my girl
J-Lo. They
too.
keep
Yeah.
them fitted. We met
Yep.
court. They was wearing corsets. The one
Man,
group
I
I
seen
love.
it.
Yeah, one
Red
design
carpet, all
couple
that.
I love. One design couple I love are the blondes because they're not like that.
Uh-huh.
They will fit you. You know, they
Yeah.
do corsets and the corsets got glass on
Yeah.
them and all that stuff. They do all that amazing stuff.
Uh-huh.
Now, the one of them is skinny and I love him. I do love his look. But you know, I've seen them drape curvy girls. Curvy
Yep.
girls. I've seen them do it. And
They
it
can
is
do it.
so, yeah, it's so amazing. But get this. I had a friend, she made a video and she said, she was like, listen, I've been doing Fashion Week for 20 years. Y'all ain't never
Mhm.
paid me. Y'all ain't never paid me. Y'all ain't never gave
What?
me no, yeah, y'all ain't never gave me no a bag, some shoes, no nothing. They owe Fashion Week,
Wow.
yeah. And she's like, here I am, I'm selling your brand. Like I'm a showstopper. I'm doing this and doing
So who
that.
was paying her? Her agency?
No, top of
So she worked for agency for free.
I don't think she, I think she was freelance. I think she was freelance.
I mean, I get the exposure, but there's only so much exposure I'm gonna tell you before I get some money. I don't get,
20
especially when I
years.
know you got the money.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
got the money. I've been working with y'all
yeah. Because
too
even my
long. Like
boys back then was getting at least $1,500 to walk down the runway.
even then, shoot, give me some of the gear. I'm cool. Shit, I'm
Yeah,
happy with that.
see,
Like
see, see,
if
you
I'm
like
walking for
me.
Gucci, let me get
You
this
like
Gucci.
me.
Let
You
me get
like
this
I
Gucci
wear the
pants or this
Gucci.
Gucci top. Man, what? Let me anything, like any brand. If I'm working for you, at least give me something. If you're not gonna
Yeah,
pay me, or
yeah,
tell me that up front, so I know to make that decision. Because it is a big
yeah,
thing for exposure. If you can walk with somebody like that, whether you're getting paid or whatever your little thing is under the table, it does look good on your resume. You know, so I understand that. But for 20 years, I'm gonna say after 2 or 3, I'm like, look, something got to give. I'm not about to do this for free. Especially if I'm trying to keep in shape and look good for y'all, and I'm letting y'all put me in whatever fuck y'all want to put me in. I'm
right.
cool. I
You
don't got
know
no shake-up,
what?
but you can run me. I'm
You
cool.
you really have a lot of
I'm trying to tell you.
personality. You
I'm
got a lot of,
telling you.
but see, it fits because you're about to be, first of all, your music, you have 3 albums.
Yeah.
You know,
Yep.
like these people, you have to talk to people. You gotta, like, these people
Yeah.
gotta feel you. These people gotta get what you're saying. And
Yep.
I love it. You're so comical. And that's
That's
what,
why this new album is more like more content and more like telling
yeah.
people a little bit more about me. Because I know like the last two was kind of just like I'm growing, but you can see the progress of me going
Mm-hmm.
through each CD. That's why
Yeah.
the time frame was kind of a good look for me too, and I wanted that too. Like it makes sense.
Yeah.
I got to cut some of the songs out because I had too many. I just wrote some niggas, so I'm gonna keep some of them on the side.
Yeah.
Maybe just post them as singles. But yeah, like you said, like music is universal, man. It doesn't goes a long way.
Listen, my last album, my last album was a runway album. See, I
Yeah.
stay in the community on the outside. That's
Yeah.
how I do. I'm like, bitch, I'm
I
gonna give
got
y'all
you.
this. Yeah. So my
Yeah.
last was runway instrumental. So it was runway
Okay.
instrumental. So I did that. But the
Nice.
album before that had 50 songs on it. I was just like, listen,
Shit.
yeah, I write. I'm like,
You
listen, I
sing or
write.
are you rap? Will you
I
sing or
sing. I'm a
oh
countertenor.
see
So I'm a,
singing you can do
I'm
that.
a
See singing you can make a minute and a half song and just singing and hit some melodies and hit them little hit the things and really oh yeah we like that song like you don't need much for singing as long as you can hold the tune you good you are
No, what was
good.
it? 50s. I'm a countertenor, so I'm a mezzo soprano at 39 years old.
Jeez.
I'm a mezzo
Whew.
soprano. But listen,
I know
they
them
didn't
days. I
want me
used to
at
sing. I'm
first.
telling you,
No, they didn't want
they
me at
didn't.
first either. They
Yeah.
didn't want me at first. They didn't
Uh huh.
want me. And then
They
I
try to
was
alter
gonna
some
get
shit.
signed right there in New York.
Yeah.
I'm in the studios. I got an A&R. They're like, it's
Yeah.
finally happening. And then I was like, it was me that was like,
Yeah.
I gotta go.
I can't let y'all run my life like
I
that. Nope.
can't. No. And
Because you know
so
where it's gonna go.
yeah, it's so crazy because I stay in touch with my A&R. I still stay in touch with my A&R. I'm not even interested, but he was like, I knew you could sing like that. I knew you could sing like that. I knew you could sing like that. But he was like, I was like more like, oh, I want to keep it intimate. And he was like, you talk about coffee shops. I'm trying to make you sing. I'm trying to have you singing to millions of people. But I'm like, what's the cost? What's the price? What's the price? What's the price?
What are you taking from me to make me turn into the star you want me to be?
Now there has never been a time in history where it's been more vocal about these 360 deals. I'm not signing nothing.
Yeah.
I'm not signing nothing.
Everybody coming out about them things now. Yeah. I'm thinking about United Masters. They've been coming out talking about these people for a minute now.
Yeah.
So I think it's good to be independent as long as you know how to hit these niches and these marks to get like your stuff on like Spotify playlists and like iTunes. Like you'll make it because people will know who you are and they'll start singing. So the more you play it, the more they'll put it out there. Then DJs start playing stuff in the club, and that's how it always goes. Somebody gonna reach out to you.
It's so crazy too because like my music does well overseas, where my Black ass belongs.
Yeah.
It does well overseas. Yeah, that's where my Black ass belongs. So I'm getting out of here. All the work that I've done, the empire I've built, is so I can go back over there.
You can always come back home at any time. People don't understand.
That's true. But ain't nothing here for me.
Come back home.
Ain't nothing here for me.
You did it all. You good.
Yeah, ain't nothing here for me. I'm going to like, and that's another thing. Being in this country, I'm tired of the racism. You talked about that earlier. You said it. I'm tired of the racism. Like I'm nothing. America couldn't even pay me to stay. They couldn't even pay me to stay. Yeah. I want to see exotic.
I hear you 100%.
Yeah, I see.
It's good to travel to get away and get some more culture in your lifestyle.
Like So anyway, I'm so glad that you sat down and talked to me because now everybody's gonna gag because they're gonna be like, he talked to you. Everybody talks to me.
So we don't understand. We've been DMing each other back and forth, checking
a long time.
So it's good.
Yeah, it's been a long time. I remember when I first saw you. That was some years ago. Yeah. That was some years ago. And I was like, and you weren't skinny. And I was like, see? I was like, and in my mind, I'm thinking, they finally catching up with the time. You like, no, they're not catching up. No, they're not. They're trying to make me, look hungry. Like, no.
I ain't going though. I already know how I feel. At 230, I feel small. And I'm
like, no, how much do you weigh right now?
255.
Okay. And you're 6'3".
No weight, no steroids, none of that though. Not sure. I'll probably cut down a little bit before like it gets warm again next year just to make sure everything's tight and stuff for some jobs and stuff. But through the winter, I'm gonna try to hold it. But trying to put on more muscle mass first before I do that. That's why I'm kind of heavier now. But basically it's just like trying to get to a certain spot goal that I want. I don't really care about like trying to compete or nothing like that. So it's nothing for nobody else, just for me. But like you said, if you're comfortable with it and you feel good with your body and athletic, looks better and fit too. So I'm with it. And fitness thing is taking off so much in social media and everything in the world now. Like it don't even matter. If you're not fit, it's almost like what you doing.
The clients can DM you. Hey, we're interested in working with you.
Exactly. You know how many clients that I've got off of just people seeing me at a gym working out?
Yeah.
Like, who is this guy? And then some of them are scared until they see me smiling, joking, laughing, and talk to people.
And you're like,
oh, he's mad cool. Like, man, I'm glad I should have like, you know what I'm saying? But people think because people are bigger, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't think I'm super huge, but like people like me, I work the gym and I don't really like just talk to random people because I don't know people until I know them. I'll speak to them or whatever. But like even like I tell my brother and my friends too, like I could walk into a room full of racists, rednecks, white hat, KKK, and I'm sure I can make one friend out there make somebody laugh. Like that's how I'm in my personality. Like real
I feel you. I will walk into
a room with dead ass, no smile, no nothing. I just know like I'm gonna do something or say something. I can do it to make somebody smile, and that's gonna break the barrier. Like it's never happened to me where I've had somebody be like, I hate you, I don't like you. Except like once or twice, and that's because I'm doing something that they don't like, but whatever.
You're a good person and an entertainer. You're a good person and an entertainer. You know your room. You know your room. I get it. I'm so excited because we've been talking, but my thing, I get it. I'm glad about this, but I'm glad about the thumbnail that's about to be the picture for this video. Like, I'm going in.
You already found one? You need one.
I'm going in. I think I can pull from your.
Because I can always send something to you now. So I got you now.
You're gonna have to send me something because I go to the page and I just pull. I love the repost app.
You can do that too. Whatever you like to do, shoot, I'm cool with it. Whatever makes you comfortable.
So tell everybody where they can find you online.
Okay, so basically, like Twitter, I'm on Twitter
Mhm.
and TikTok, and I'm starting to get better at posting on those too because I know that
Okay.
they're all social media accounts in one. So
Yeah.
Instagram is usually where I'm at. JTrue22 is the Instagram. Twitter is the same name. TikTok's the same. I think it's JTrue2286
Okay.
instead because somebody had the other name.
Okay.
But basically close to the same names. With that being said, iTunes Music, you can type in JTrue. You'll see my last album. I didn't repost my oldest album yet, but the newer one will definitely be on there.
Okay.
A few songs from the new album, a couple singles on there called Bread, My World, and also I have I think another song on there. I can't remember which one. I think Code. I just dropped Code on there, and
Okay.
that's more of a club song, get hype, whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, so that's on there, and then like the other CD that before that one's on there is called Long Story Short.
Right.
Spotify, they're all the same names. JTrue, type me in, you'll see my name pop up with a picture. You'll see the same green picture or either my face. So all the accounts are up. Go listen if you can, please. Love the support if you can do it. Like I said, I'll be posting more on my page. I just posted a new hoodie flow type thing today or whatever. So you'll see that post later when you get off too. Yeah, so pay attention, stay tuned. Everything's gonna happen. Multi-talented cook, freaking model, personal trainer,
Actor.
all that, actor, everything. I was on TV, on TV shows, all that. So like, yeah, I'm multi-talented. I used to think to myself, I used to think Queen, I was like, listen, I can only do one thing because I need to focus on getting that first. Then I
Mhm.
was just thinking to myself, I talked to my sister, she was like, there's no point in you giving up on other things that you're really good at for one thing. Yes, use that to guide you to get you where you need to go. But at the end of the day, if you can rap and you code at it, do it. If you can do modeling look good, do it. If you can do personal training, you code at it, do it. If you can do this, do that. And I can cook too. So I just start putting some little cooking videos up too, just
Yeah.
playing around with that. Just trying to open up all the horizon with
I think you're
everything.
trying
But
to get a wife.
no, we could have been had that easy. That ain't no problem.
He's like, oh
I'm
no, that's
cool
no
where I'm at.
problem.
I'm cool.
I'm
I'm cool
chasing
for a
his
minute. We
music.
could
I'm
have had
chasing
that.
his music. I'm chasing
I
his
need that
music.
money. Getting too old for that. We getting older.
Yeah, yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah.
yeah.
But I appreciate you so much for having me on and everything too. Like I said, and let me be able to, hit the platform and
Of
talk to
course.
you and also open up a little bit about some things for sure.
Yes. If you had 3 words that you could say that would inspire you, or other people, what would they be?
3 words.
Yeah. Well, if you got a phrase, you can say a phrase too.
Well, I can say words. Smile. You
Uh-huh.
gotta smile more. You can't be down all the time. Be depressed all the time. Don't let nobody get you down. Like do your
Right.
thing. If you mad about something, cool, but smile.
Yeah.
Humor is definitely that. Secondly, hustle, grind.
Yeah.
Like just you gotta hustle. I don't care if you got a 9 to 5. Just
Yeah.
something that you want to do. When you got that 9 to 5, get your ass on it and work on your
Yes.
own entrepreneur stuff.
Yeah.
Hustle, because that money ain't gonna do nothing but fuel what you gotta do for your own self.
Yeah.
So smile more, hustle harder. If you think you're doing something, go harder the next day, no matter what. It ain't. You think you're going hard, you ain't going hard enough. Period. And thirdly, I would say, I would say music.
Yeah.
If you don't listen to enough music, please open your horizon with music. Listen to different varieties. I'm telling you, I used to all listen to hip hop, R&B, and I opened my horizons with some rap, hip hop, or whatever. And then I used to go to country a little bit and go to rock, and just listen to different type of stuff and how they. And you think like, oh, I'm not gonna listen to no rock because it's heavy metal. Like, but you think you're in the gym, you vibe like they be really talking about stuff too, though. They be going through stuff too, just like us. You know what I'm saying? So it's good. I think music, like you said, is universal. I think if you have music in your life and you actually like use it as a key, like you can get through a lot of stuff.
Yes.
Like depressed, sad, happy, whatever it gets me through a lot of stuff. You know what I'm saying? So music, definitely listen to more music, smile more, and definitely gotta have that hustle harder every day, period. Especially in New York.
Thank
Yeah.
you so much. Ladies
You're
and
welcome.
gentlemen, you have heard the vocal stylings of JTrue.
Thank you so much, sweetheart.
Have a great evening. Say bye
You
to
too,
my
baby.
people.
Bye. See y'all later. Thank y'all for tuning in. Love y'all.